So first you want to go ahead and click on your transaction. And as you can see, this transaction is a buyer, but this is actually completely hypothetical for another video that I made. But what we're going to do is we're going to pretend like we need to send this client the seller's disclosure form to fill out, right? But they want to fill it out online. They don't want to print it out. They don't have a printer, or it's just more convenient for them. So what you're going to do is you're going to add, the form that you need. If this was a tenant, a lot of times I send my tenants the applications, the lease applications for them to fill out on their computer as well. Just makes a lot of things easier. So in this example, we're going to do the seller's disclosure. If you don't know how to add a form, you add forms, and you look up the form, and you can just add it to the transaction. So we're going to say we want to send this seller's disclosure to our clients, right? And as you can see, some of the things is already going to be filled out. The address is going to be filled out. I think actually that's the only thing. Yeah, all the addresses on the top of the page is going to be filled out. So it's going to make your life a lot easier. And all you want to do is you're going to go up here where it says file, and you're going to scroll down and you're going to go to send. And once you get here, you're going to go and press on email. And it's going to ask you to select the document that you want to share. So we said we're going to do the seller's disclosure. And here's where you're going to put your client's information. I'm going to send this to myself, but we're going to say I'm John Doe. And you'll have a subject. You can even add a correspondence, and you can also add a message to this email. But I'm not going to do that for the purpose of this being an example. You always want to make sure that you are sending it as a link. If you send this as an attachment, they cannot edit this document. They cannot fill this out. So you have to send it as a link. And then you're going to press allow editing of forms. If you don't select this, again, they cannot edit the form. So what you're going to do is select both of these, and you can also set expiration date for it if you want, but I'm not going to do that. And you're just going to press send. And your email has been sent. And I'm going to show you what it looks like from your client's point of view and how it's going to work. So this is what it's going to look like from their side. It's just from their side. It's going to be a link. And what they need to do is click on this link. What they need to do is click on this link. And it will actually take them into Transaction Desk. Now, this is not your Transaction Desk. It's not like they can access your information or anything, but they are on Transaction Desk. And we are hypothetically going to fill this out just so you guys can see the changes. Hypothetically, right? So let's say your client filled this out. They have two options, okay? First thing that they can do is they can come up here and they can save as a PDF, and they can email it back to you, and they have the option to print this. Or another way that they can get this document to you so that you can send it to them to be signed, because remember, they can fill this out, but they can't initial it, they can't sign it. So what they can do, again, either send it back to you and you can put it back into Transaction Desk and send it to get signed, or if they press this little X up here, this is going to save it. So make sure that if they're doing this, they're not just exiting the entire page. They have to press this X, and this will be their screen. And then from your side, once they're done doing what they need to do, you can go back into the transaction, and you're going to press on the same form that you sent them, and it will be filled out. Remember, I didn't fill this all the way out. I just put certain things just to show you guys that it will come back to your Transaction Desk. So as long as whenever they're done with it, they press that little save/exit, this will come straight back into your Transaction Desk. And from here, you can do whatever you need to do. But typically, you want to get this authenticated. So, you would press this little pen up here and send it to get signed.